Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them, sooner or later.
In 2012, development began for a lucrative project at FromSoftware, for codename Project Beast, a PlayStation exclusive developed alongside Sony's Japan studio. FromSoftware, the developers of Project Beast, were still in their high of their previous release, Dark Souls. Very little details were shown of Project Beast, but before E3 2014, screenshots were leaked of the game, widely speculated to be a sequel to FromSoftware's first Souls game. Fans wanted more. Just a few weeks later, a full compilation of the previous screenshots, videos, and an unreleased trailer was leaked, and at E3 2014, Project Beast was revealed to the world. A massive departure from their last few games, Bloodborne was set in a Victorian-era world, with disease, death, and darkness occupying every corner of the world. Except the Hunter's Stream, the only comforting place in the game. Wait, on second thought,
Whatever you find, even the dark, should it please you.
the Victorian-era setting, the themes of the lore, the visuals, sound design, music, everything about this game is beautiful. Which is why Bloodborne is one of Sony's biggest hits of all time. But the fans had a problem that started to overshadow Bloodborne's incredible design in a massive way over the course of just a few years. The platform. This game was locked to the PS4, and as time went on, 30 FPS wasn't enough.
Okay, PS4.
And with the later FromSoftware games being on most platforms running at a comfortable 4K 60 FPS, this became a sticking point. For years, this game was stuck in a treacherous limbo. Rumors of a PC port or a remaster would crop up. Those rumors would sit for a bit and either get disproven or just left as pure rumors. But one thing still remained a question mark in this whole situation. Sony had a big problem that could potentially lose them a lot of money in potential revenue. Emulation. This had been used for previous console generations, but just a few years ago, PlayStation 4 emulation to play a game like Bloodborne was far off, making an official port of the game much more likely over emulating it. But that all changed. There are many reasons why Bloodborne is not on PC, but none of them are known by the fans. This has not kept them from theorizing. Many of these theories are compelling, like how PlayStation has kept Bloodborne in the dark so they can make a potential remaster for the next console they release. Another theory is that the game's design is so unique and intricate that it was too hard to optimize for PC, aka the game's code is pure spaghetti, although FromSoftware themselves had a PC version of Bloodborne for development reasons. Another one alleges that FromSoftware have been too busy to make a remaster, with Sekiro in 2019 and Elden Ring in 2022 taking center stage for the studio. This theory, like the previous ones, is merely speculation, but there are some theories that are more probable. As Sony owns the IP while FromSoftware developed the game, there may have been delays or disagreements in a deal to port it to PC or a future console. Hidetaka Miyazaki, director of Bloodborne and CEO of FromSoftware, said himself in an interview that he is not opposed to a PC port, but has no control over the IP. As well as this, a hidden PC build might exist. It's been confirmed that there was a PC version of Bloodborne for developers of the game for various purposes. And all these theories and rumors have led to a storm of fake rumors and ideas being shared everywhere, and it has been pure chaos. Sorry to pause the video. These things take hours upon hours to make, so I'd appreciate it a lot if you could subscribe. It would help out a ton. If you were to ask anybody about PS4 emulation 5 years ago, they would laugh in your face and say it was not going to happen anytime soon, especially as developers like Orbital and GPCS4 were still focused on the PS4 architecture itself, not even the games yet. The emulators could boot simple softwares, yes, but no games, especially not 3D ones, were even thought to run on them, not for a long time. But miraculously, or just through sheer hard work, projects like Spine and FPPS4 could boot and run simple 2D games, as well as low-resource 3D games. This was in the early 2020s, but just a year or so later, in 2023, developers of both Shad PS4 and FPPS4 announced yet another breakthrough. While this looks like gibberish, this was Bloodborne booting for the first time on an emulator. No, not run well, no, not render 3D graphics. But this was not a small deal, as it was the first time any version of Bloodborne, be it a beta version or an updated version, could run on an emulator. This was insane progress at the time and proved that Bloodborne was not impossible. Later that year, it was also shown that Shad PS4 could run Bloodborne, with limited graphics being rendered, like early parts in the game, and the character creation screen. From being an impossible feat just a few years before, to booting for the first time, to actually running, this was no small feat. The beginning of 2024 with emulators like Shad PS4 was promising but unstable. Playable in its state, in only a few months, drastic changes were made. Visual bugs were fixed, audio issues fixed, a million things to work through, but we were past a sign of hope. This was Bloodborne PC. Not an impossible feat, not unrealistic. This was it. The same game Sony had kept in the dark for years. The same game that was trending on Twitter every single week because of a new rumor, a new leak, something to prove that Bloodborne PC was coming, but it did not come from Sony. Instead, it came from dedicated, talented developers. And now, as of current day, this is a Bloodborne PC, fully running on my system at 60 FPS, 1440p.